Hello everyone, welcome to a 10-minute creative vinyasa flow class focusing on the hips. My name is MaryAnngeline and this is my channel. Before we get started, I have a quick question for you. In the comments below, write down the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of hips in yoga, right? So the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of your hips in yoga, just what is it? Can be anything, right? Put that in the comments, then be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're a burnt out yoga teacher, then be sure to watch till the end because I have a resource for you that you're not going to want to miss out. So my friends, let's get started for our 10 minutes of creative flow for our hips. We're going to start standing, get right into it at the tops of the mats. Have your heels and toes touching for mountain pose. Rest your arms by your sides, turn your palms forward and spread your fingers nice and wide. Now stand up as tall as you can, hug the lower belly in. Generous breath in through the nose. Generous breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Continue these beautifully deep breaths for a few more rounds. And as you do, feel the foundation of your feet. So we have our feet together, which makes the foundation smaller as opposed to the feet being a little bit wider. And just notice how you almost have to hold yourself more to stay stable, right? You should notice the outer hips turning on, the inner thighs, the lower belly, and it might feel a little more active than when your feet are hip distance apart. I like to think of myself as like an earthquake-safe building here. I definitely get that sensation with the little bit of sway side to side when my feet are touching. All right, so let's continue on here. Blink those eyes open. Now open your feet hip distance apart. So we know hip distance is our hip bones, not the outer hips, right? Hip distance apart, space between your big toe and your second toe, point it forward, and then sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky. As you bring your hands to heart center, bend your right knee, float it up for one-legged mountain. Pull the heart to your thumbs, thumbs to your heart. Then take that right knee out to the side with the inner thigh moving forward. But remember, the left hip is still moving back, so the integrity of the standing leg stays. Then take a giant step back with that right foot into your warrior two. Bend the front knee a lot. Gently plant the foot down. Adjust your torso. Reach your arms out to a T. Take the gaze over the front hand. Straighten out the front leg as you reach your arms up. Then re-bend the front knee as you come into a side angle pose. Your variation for that arm, my friend, it can be on the thigh, fingertips to the ground, really anything that feels good. Then circle the right hand, this top hand, to the ground. Lower the back knee down and open up to a lateral twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. Drive the left shoulder back as you squeeze the belly in and squeeze the outer hips towards your midline. Stay in the same direction. We're taking a seat in cow face pose. You may have to use your hands on the ground, but you're going to continue to twist to the left and take a seat. The knees will stay stacked. The heels can be close to the body or away, but hold on to the ankles, lift the chest, deep breath in. As you exhale, fold forward, lower your belly to your thighs, maybe even your forehead to your knees. Feel that wonderful stretch of the outer hips. Take a generous breath in through the nose and a generous breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more time in and out. Lift the torso up. Look towards the front of the mat. Plant the hands on the inside of your left foot. Come into lizard pose. Shoot that right foot back. Send the left arm up towards the sky. Reverse Skandasana. Turn your toes to the left. As you reach your left arm back, sink the hips a little bit. Then come back to our lizard with a twist. Again, rotate and reach, maybe even look back. Lift the pelvis back to neutral. One more time, rotate it and return. Plant your hand, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. We are in Malasana. Heels and toes out, elbows to the inside of the thighs, hands to heart center. Lift the back of the heart. Close your eyes down. Sway your hips side to side. As you sway, notice where you feel that in your hips. Notice where you even feel that in your ankles. Then come back to neutral. Use the strength of your legs now. Press down through your feet. Let your knees widen. Blink your eyes open. Rise up. Sweep your arms overhead as you heel toe your feet to hip distance. Hands to heart center. Float the left knee up. One-legged mountain. We're on our second side now. Lift up through that standing leg. Hug your quad to your thigh bone. Then take your left knee, open it to the side without adjusting your right hip too much. Feel that inner thigh strength. Feel the hamstring strength as you press the thigh a little bit higher. Giant step all the way back. Warrior 2. Reach the arms out to a T. Palms face down. Gaze over the front hand. Deep bend into that front leg. Then straighten, reach, lengthen everything up. And as you rebend, we arrive into a side angle pose. Nice line of energy from your back heel to your top fingertips. Hips go with you. Don't leave them behind. Pause for just a moment. Feel the depth in your pelvis. Then circle this left hand down to the ground for support. As you do, left knee also floats down. Torso lifts up. We open up to lateral twist towards the front right leg. Can you drive the shoulder back, but also hug the inner thighs? That will help keep you more stable in this position. Pause for a moment. You can keep your gaze out to the side or also forward if that works better for you. Now moving into that little cow face, a little tricky here, but you're going to bring your hands gently to the ground if you'd like. Then rotate towards the legs to continue twisting. Stack the knees. Decide if you'd like your heels close to your body or far away. Make sure you're nice and even on those sits bones. Then lift the heart, inhale. Fold, exhale. Breathe now. Send that breath into the back of your body. Two more just like that. Nice fluid, full breaths in and out. Slowly begin to unwind yourself. Look to the top of the mat. Left hand comes down to the inside of that foot for a lizard pose with a twist. So right arm goes high. Then we take our toes, rotate them towards the right. So the same side as that front leg, and the arm goes back. The pelvis sinks. You are in full control of how deep you press the hips down. Let's unwind back to neutral. Adjust your feet. Then open it up. Return up. And back. Bring your hands down now to the inside of the foot. Left foot steps to the outside of your hand. Come into Malasana, but this time we're going to add a little bit of movement. So we have the hands to heart, elbows to the inside of the thighs. Then bring your hands down and straighten your legs, but let your head drop. Repeat. Hips down, knees wide, hands to heart. Then lift up. My friends, if at any point you need to add, we'll continue this motion, but if you need to add any props, blanket under the heels, or you don't go as deep, or you bring blocks in your hands, that's always available to you. Let's take it one more time. And the next time you're Malasana, hold there. Keep your hands at heart center. Press down evenly through both feet. Press down to rise up. Heel toe your feet together. All the way together like we started practice. Rest your arms by your side. Now close your eyes. Notice the difference in your body. There may be minimal sways compared to when we first came into our practice. You might even feel a bit more openness through the front of the hips. You may feel something totally different than what I just said. The most important thing is that you acknowledge sensation in your own body. Then bring your hands to heart center. Bow your chin towards your chest. Thank yourself for these minutes on your mat that help you open the body physically and release things energetically. I want to thank you all. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for that very quick practice. But like I said in the beginning, if you are a burnt out yoga teacher, click here. I have a book that is specifically for you to help you reignite your passion for yoga and to integrate creativity into your flows. So what we just did was very untraditional. I'm sure in your 200 hour, it was not about linking movements in that way. So I'm here to share that. And if you're a student that just loves that creativity, click here. I have a full library of classes that are based on creative vinyasa. So I want to thank you all. If you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.